What's up, y'all? This is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. If you could hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification button to stay up to date with all of my future Teachable Tuesday videos. Gonna try to do this quick because I am running behind and I need to get out of here. But I wanted to record this video while it was fresh on my mind. And it's interesting. You guys are getting 2 Teachable Tuesday videos in 1 week. So I guess it's technically a Teachable Tuesday video on a Thursday, Teachable Thursday. As Kenny would say, drop the video on Tuesdays, not Thursdays. Well, Kenny, I dropped the video on a Tuesday. Anyway, shout out to my dog, by the way. But I want to talk to you guys about a topic that's been kind of running through my mind lately. It's something I've seen on social media. And I'm a bit disappointed at the topic. But I want to call it out for what it is and kind of give you my thoughts and, what I think about it and so on and so forth. So this topic is called soft girl era, and the challenges that I have with this quote unquote soft girl era thing. Now, first of all, I think we have to go back and define what is a soft girl. What is the definition of a soft girl, pretty much, right? So a soft girl is known as a woman who is feminine, a woman who is nurturing, a woman who is caring in nature, a woman who is non-combative, and a woman that has a great attitude, right? That sounds like a woman that every man would want. Shoot, I want that type of woman. Lord knows, you know what I'm saying? Just a woman who's feminine in nature in general exemplifies all of those things, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Ladies, you want a masculine man, and we want a feminine woman. Perfect dynamic balance, right? The problem that I have with this phrasing is the era part. When you think about an era, what is an era? It is a time period in which something takes place, right? But what is the thing about an era? It has to do with something that starts and eventually it ends. That is the common denominator of all eras. No matter how different the era is, no matter what subject you're talking about, you could be talking about the history of a nation, the history of music, the history of whatever. There's always a start and there's always a finish. So when you say soft girl era, for my ladies who have been, on social media saying, I'm in my soft girl era, or even worse, when they say soft girl era phase, that means you're starting something, but it's going to end at some point. So the question that I have is, as you're tapping into your femininity, quote unquote, which is nothing wrong with that whatsoever, because a lot of times there are some women out here that don't know how to tap into their femininity, right? Because of their environmental factors and so on and so forth. But the challenge I have with the whole phrasing era is at some point, you're going to revert back to who you used to be, which I'm assuming wasn't very feminine in nature. And that presents a problem as opposed to you just continuously working. It's almost like, and I hear this, and of course this is not a lot of women, but this is how some women are thinking. It's kind of like, oh, well, I'm tired of being this hardcore girl. I want to be soft. Well, first of all, let me make something perfectly clear. Anything that you're trying to become, you don't have to necessarily broadcast on social media or YouTube or anywhere else. I've learned that myself. I don't have to put all my business out there on social media. I've been working on becoming a better man myself, but I don't have to necessarily broadcast that. It's time for me to tap into my masculinity. No. The reason why I say that is because it shows by your actions. So if you're really doing your best to become a soft woman, let's rephrase that, not soft girl, soft woman, then it'll be exemplified through your actions, not necessarily by what you're posting on social media. Also, there won't be no error. You know what I'm saying? It will be, this is who I'm becoming, point blank, period, because I know this is for a better me. And also, I want you to think about this. What do you think would happen if a man said, oh, it's time for me to tap into my masculinity. This is my hard man era. You see how crazy that sounds? That don't sound good at all. That sounds whack. You know what I'm saying? So, and before any of my ladies be on some, well, you calling the ladies out. Listen, I call everybody out as I see it, all right? I love my fellas. I love my ladies. If my fellas and my ladies are doing great things, I'm going to compliment them for it, and we going to talk about it. But if my fellas and my ladies are doing crazy stuff, we going to talk about it, and it's going to be criticized in love. You know what I'm saying? Because as a man, I hold myself accountable too. When I'm a man and I do stuff that I shouldn't be doing as a man, I put myself on Front Street, be like, nah, Marcus, that wasn't right. I've even been on this channel several times where I said, hey, I'm going to just be real with y'all. What I did wasn't right. And not just as a man, but as a human being. You know what I'm saying? But I just think the soft girl era thing, it's just, no, it's a no for me. It's really a no for me, because I don't think it exemplifies that you're really trying to be feminine. You know what I'm saying? And maybe in some cases, there are women out there who are actually trying. And you're like, thinking to yourself, I really want to be a better me. But there are some women out there that are also doing this because they feel like being who they were initially is not getting them anywhere. It's not getting them the men they want, and so on and so forth. It's not bringing them peace. And mind you, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think you have to make sure that you are checking the intentions of how you go about moving through this, I guess you call it era or whatever. But ladies, let's stop calling it era. If you're working on being more of a soft woman, a nurturing woman, a caring woman, a loving woman, then just be that. And some of you may be thinking, well, Marcus, I don't know how to do that. And I'm a genuine person who doesn't know how to do that. What should I do? Well, first of all, I know it's going to sound cliche, but you need to pray about it. That's number one. Like, really, if your belief in God is like mine, really ask God to show you how to operate as a woman and also a woman of God. And then number two, seek help. And I'm not just talking about therapy, although therapy would be very advantageous, but also seek help from other women. Now, when I say other women, listen to me carefully, ladies. I ain't talking about your single friends. Okay? I'm talking about women who have experience. Women who may have been where you were at one point and realized, you know what? I got to change the tide if I want better. Or even better, women who just knew off rip, it's very important to be feminine and so on and so forth in different ways and act a certain way. And they were taught by other people. And I think the best ways that you can learn this is from women who have been married for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go to no single, me personally as a man, if I'm needing help to become a better man and become, work on my masculinity, especially if I want a wife one day, I mean, not just for that reason, but just, an example. I'm not going to go to single men. I'm going to go to men who have either been in a relationship for a long time or preferably a man that has been married for a long time, because he's going to know his stuff. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I'm not saying that all of those things are perfect, because you have marriages that are obviously not perfect, but I'm just saying, go to people who have the experience. I think that's important. That's key. A lot of times we want to run to our friends, and our friends can offer great advice sometimes. I'm not knocking that at all. But sometimes you need to seek someone who's a bit more experienced to really give you that insight for what you need to move further in life. I talk to my mentor all the time. My mentor is almost 20 years my senior. And he's been married for, I think, about 20 years now, or it's going on 20 years. It's pretty close if it ain't 20 years at this point. Might be a little more than that. Shout out to Dr. Green, by the way. And when I go to him for advice, as far as working on myself as a man, not just for marriage, put that out the picture. I know I mentioned that, but as a man, becoming a better man, I know he can help me because he's had the experiences that I'm currently having. He knows what to do in those situations. Granted, our outcomes may be totally different because we're two totally different people, but at least I can go to him and know that's someone that I can abide and trust. Ladies, same thing for you. If you want to become more of the woman that you would like to be, and you have that opportunity, talk to these ladies that are a bit older than you, that have been through life. Now, also talk to women that are that you see look like the woman you are trying to become. So if you know you want to be more of a feminine woman, if you know you want to be more nurturing, more caring, you need to find women that are more nurturing and more caring. Don't just find any old woman. Because there are some people out there that they get older, but they don't learn their lesson. Those are not the people that you want to go to. And that goes for my fellas and my ladies. I'm not going to go to no man who's 50 years old and he's still on the block and he still has no job and he's still a player. No, because that's not what I want for my life. I want more than that. I'm going to go for a man who is, sophisticated. I'm going to go talk to a man who, has knowledge financially as far as like stocks, as far as how to actually properly save his money, how to properly take care of a family, because I actually want a family one day. I want a wife and I want children one day. I'm going to go to a man who is truly a man of God, because I'm trying to work on becoming a man of God, even though my lifestyle doesn't always exemplify that, something I'm working on a daily basis. These are the type of men I'm going to go for. And ladies, you want to be a better woman? These are the type of women that you need to go for. So let me wrap this back up because I kind of went on a slight tangent just a little bit. The soft girl era, cut it. It ain't working. I'm sorry. Ladies, I'm only saying it because I love you. Like I said, if fellas was on some bull crap, I call them out on it too. Let's stop with this soft girl era stuff. And I want you to really genuinely start working on becoming a better woman in general. Don't say soft girl era. Just don't even announce no social media. Just work. Put the work in to become who you want to be. And I promise, if it's genuine, you will get there. All right? And don't do it just because, I want a man in this. No. I mean, that's all good, but do it for you, sweetie. Okay? I love you. I care about you. I want to see the best for you. All right? It's Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, notification button. Please share this with all my ladies. Even my fellas. I think everybody needs to see this video, honestly. I know initially I said this was for my ladies, but I brought up some great talking points that are great for everybody. All right, till next time. Peace. Gotta get out of here and go to work. I'm already running late.